Alright, so let us take a look at one of the example to see how do we solve this type of question. So example 1, right? So find the range of values of h for which x squared plus 4hx plus 5h plus 6, right, is always positive for all real values of x. So the question wants us to form an inequality regarding h. Alright, so it's not regarding x, it's actually regarding h. So how do we solve this type of question? So first thing first, the thing that we need to know, right, is that this graph is always positive, means that I do not even touch the x-axis. So basically it's telling us that there is no solution. So if there's no solution, we must go back to our case 3, right? So b squared minus 4ac less than 0. Alright, so let me just write down here. Okay. So x squared plus 4hx plus 5h plus 6 is always positive. So this whole graph, if I draw the so-called graph, this graph looks like this. Okay, it's always positive, right? So it's above the x-axis. Alright, so of course, the next thing I will need to put down is actually our b squared minus 4ac less than 0. Okay, so b squared minus 4ac less than 0, because this is the case number 3. Alright, okay, next thing I will need to do is to determine what is our a, what is our b, and what is our c. Okay, for h, h is just any number, just that this number I do not know, but h is a constant. Right, so for this equation, right, okay, let me just write down first, right? So a, okay, remember a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, right? So it's actually 4h, right? Okay, then c is the coefficient of the constant, so it's the no x one, so it's 5h plus 6, which is this one. Okay, so after determining our a, b, c, right, now it's time to sub in. Okay, so b square, so b square is what? B square, you just put in 4h bracket square, okay, minus 4. Then after that, a is 1. Then after that, c is 5h plus 6 bracket, then put the inequality sign. Okay, so always remember, the objective of this question is to form an inequality regarding h, because they say find the range of values of h, not the range of value of x. So our inequality shouldn't have any x inside. Okay, so now I manipulate. So for h, your whole thing bracket square is 16 h square. Then after that, this one is minus 20h minus 24 less than 0. Okay, so now I try to reduce to the simplest form before I do my quadratic factorization. So I divide by 4. Okay, so divide by 4. Okay, less than 0. Okay, so now I want to solve this inequality. So this inequality, this is what we call the quadratic inequality. Okay, so I do my factorization first. So let me just do Right, so I did my quadratic factorization. So 4h plus 3 bracket h minus 2 and put a bracket. Okay, less than 0. Okay, so to solve this quadratic inequality, remember, okay, you can either use the method 1 or method 2, doesn't matter. Okay, I'll show you both of these methods. So the first method I will use is our so-called our graph. Okay, so our graph, right? Okay, so of course this one is negative 3/4, and this one is positive 2. Okay, now I look at how do I solve my inequality. Very simple. First thing first, I look at this thing, less than 0, right? So I must look at the graph here, the shaded region. Okay, and I want to form an inequality regarding this shaded region. So okay, so this shaded region, if you look at this, okay, in order to fulfill this shaded region, my h must be more than -3 quarter, okay, and less than positive 2. Okay. Okay, so this is method 1. Okay, of course I show you method 2. Method 2 is regarding the number line. So same thing, number line. So I draw a number line and I put down the two numbers. So the first is 3 quarter, -3 quarter. The other is your positive 2. Okay, next thing is to put down the sign, right? Remember the sign positive, negative, positive. Okay, so let me just put down whatever this region first. So let's determine what is the sign for this region. So I can submit any number that is more than 2. So maybe I submit 5. Okay, when I submit 5 into this thing, so you will see that I will get a positive number. Alright, so I'll get a positive number. Okay, so of course this region I can submit 0. 0, you'll get a negative number. So if you submit 0, yeah, you'll get a negative 6. Now of course the last part is positive. So it's always alternate. Alright. Okay, then after that, I look at the so-called inequalities. Less than 0, right? Less than 0 means negative. So I must go towards the negative portion. So okay, so I look at this, right? -3 quarter, I go towards the negative portion because this is the negative portion. Of course, for the positive 2, I must also go towards the negative portion. So the inequality that my h is h more than -3 quarter less than positive 2. So of course the two methods should be consistent. If they are not the same, means something is wrong already. Alright, so this is how we solve our b square minus 4ac type of A maths question. Alright, so yeah, okay.